Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Anil, and I welcome you at this beautiful time. We have a bunch of speakers who have good understanding, good knowledge in their domains. And we are going to start with Mr. Cesare, who is an Italian, who was a graphic designer at the beginning of his career, who turned to be a professional in open source design. The graphic designer was Snehal, sorry. Yeah, he's a software engineer who turned as open source hardware stuff, and he has really he's passionate about how to do everything. I was wondering what exactly is open source hardware. He said he was talking about a recipe. Fundamentally, he gives a recipe of doing everything, like computer, tractor, whatever is there. We should be able to do by end of the recipe. So I'm really looking forward to him. It's going to be 15 minutes. All the speakers will have 15 minutes time. So we start with Mr. Jason. Welcome.
Thank you. Okay. Today we're talking about open source hardware and how these can be applied to a local community. So let's start with what open source hardware is. Let's look at the two words separately. One is open source and one is hardware. Open source is a word that had been forged 15 years ago, and it comes from the software industry. Basically what it is a collaborative way to develop a product by sharing the know-how. A very simple idea is I write a software in my spare time for my passion, for my work. It's not very important. Then instead of protecting from other people, so instead of keeping it for myself and start a concurrence game with other people, I share it so people can take it, can change it, can improve it, and they can publish it back. And in this way, it grows. Many software have been growing during the last 15 years, and today is a well-known system to develop a software. If any of you in his pockets have an Android phone, well, that is equipped with Linux at the end of the day, which is like the masterpiece of the open source software. Anyway, let's start with software. But we said hardware. So, hardware. Well, with hardware is a bit more complex because this time we don't have just a computer with an internet connection, passionate people, but we have passionate people, internet connection, but we need also a space where to build things. Which kind of things? Well, we have a few examples here. Honestly, I had to be very selective, otherwise it would continue forever. The first one on the left you see here is a 3D printer. Basically, this machine is able to print any object of your choice in plastic at the moment. But there are people that are thinking about using many different materials which enable different production. And basically, the idea is the stratification of one layer on top of the other gives the opportunity to generate any kind of shape, including complex shape like bearings or goods, also with moving parts and gears and yeah. And this particular version, as you see, is pretty rough. You can see here we have exposed motors, exposed electronics. The reason why it looks handmade is because it is handmade. And yeah, well, part of maybe not this model, but many models, you see all the white parts are printed with the same machine. So you have the machine and then you print the parts.